Hey, what's up? Today I have a little tube comparison for you guys. So there we begin with the smallest tube I have, I think. That's a 12AX7 or known as ECC83. That's a little neat preamp tube used in audio or guitar or bass amplifiers. Yeah, really common piece. Now, came to the pentodes. This is a EL84. Can't read it, but it's a EL84 and pentode, a little one. I think it made an output about 3.5 or almost 4 watts in single-ended. It's a nice tube, sounds good. It's too good for audio amplifiers or guitar amps, not so much for bass amps because it's a little one. You can put them together in parallel and push-pull application, so you get with 4 tubes 30 watts. Okay, you can play that with bass, but it's not really common for that. So there we have the PL36. This is a TV tube. You can also build an audio or guitar or bass amp out of it, but it's a little bit sketchy and not common used for that. I use this tube for my Tesla coils. Works great in there. Have some problems, but I have a great output power with them, with 5 or 6 in parallel, because it's a little tube. So the next bigger one is the 6L6GC. It's an N pentode. You're getting with one pentode about 8 watts output power, or in push-pull about 50 to 60 watts. This is a really common tube for guitar and bass amps, used many times and in audio applications. Sounds really good. Then we have the EL34. That's too a really common tube for amplification in audio or instruments. These do in single-ended about 10 watts, and in push-pull you can push them up to 80 watts. That's crazy with that tube. And they sound really good too. And there we have a Gold Lion made in Russia. It's a KT66. These have almost the same characteristics like the 6L6GC, but they many people say they sound a little bit thicker and warmer in amplifiers and used in many guitar and bass amps, also in audio, like many other tubes. It's a really nice tube. But this is my biggest one until today. But we have a new one, and that's really crazy. Dum dum. This is the GU81M in comparison to the KT66. The KT looks like a joke. This is a transmitter pentode and a really big one. I think one of the biggest with a glass cylinder. I have a second one here. I got them new old stock, sitting I think almost 50 years around doing nothing, but now I will do something with them. A funny thing about them is they come with their own data sheet and the rubber band. after almost or more than 50 years. That's a well-made Russian rubber band, I have to say. Yeah, one thing we will find out soon is, will size matters, because these tubes are for my Tesla coils. Now they're running with the PL36, but this will change soon because I wanna go a little bit bigger and experiment a little bit more. So when these tubes will live through that and not die, I hope they will not die. I wanna try in the future, I think, whatever, next year, I wanna try to build an amplifier out of them. That's a really interesting, yeah, thing, I think. And I think it's really complicated, but I will try it. But first, let's see in the future how they're doing in my Tesla coils. Yeah, stay tuned and check out my channel. And yeah, follow the channel when you want to see how these tubes will work in my Tesla coils. Bye bye, have a nice day.